It's a big play. The penalty takes them perhaps out of field goal range. 3rd and 20. Down the middle, incomplete. Lynn Milburn, the intended receiver. We welcome those of you who have watched the Oilers and Steelers. Pittsburgh prevailing down at the Astrodome, 34-17. Dick Enberg with Phil Simms and Paul Maguire, Texas Stadium. Steve Atwater with an early interception of a Troy Aikman pass. Took it to the 31, but no movement by the Broncos. In fact, the penalty took them back to the 40, so not even a field goal chance as Tom Ruin about to deliver his second punt with 10:50 left in the first quarter. Dying spiral that Kevin Williams lets go and is touched first by the Broncos at the 10-yard line. First touch by Robinson. No score. Welcome back to Texas Stadium with 10:40 left in the opening quarter. No score. Here's the Denver D. Dan Williams, James Jones from Cleveland. Shane Bronette replaces Michael Dean Perry out with knee surgery. Should be back in 3-4 weeks. Elijah Alexander led the Broncos in tackles last year. Dante Jones from the Bears. Britt Hager of the ex-Eagle. Crockett in Washington, the former Raider at the corner. Steve Atwater you've already met. And Tyrone Braxton at safety. Randy Hilliard comes in the nickel.
Greg Robinson, defensive coordinator. This guy has done a great job, especially when we watched him Sunday night against the Buffalo Bills. Nothing. They got one touchdown early in the game, and that was it.
From just outside the 10-yard line, Smith, his first carry, no gain. Britt Hager around the ankles for the tackle.
All right, in Kansas City, in overtime, Lynn Elliott, a 23-yard field goal. The Giants blow a 17-3 lead, lose it to the Chiefs 20-17. The 2-0 Chiefs face the 2-0 Raiders next week. Let's go back to the Three Musketeers in Dallas.
All right, thank you, Greg.
Well, I wish they'd have won the Giants. The only reason because Phil Simms just drilled me. He's mad.
Well, it wasn't because of that. It's other things.
Fake to Smith. Aikman down the middle. Complete to the tight end, Jay Novacek. First down at the 29. 18 on the play.
Elijah Alexander has the duty of trying to cover Jay Novacek here. Both safeties are deep. Jay Novacek underneath. It's hard to stop him. As soon as he comes out of break, once again, the ball is right on time.
Don't you love the way he looks out to the outside to hold Alexander out there, making Alexander think that I'm going to go outside, and then come back to the inside, sheds him, makes the catch. Nice play.
Smith. And to the 32-yard line, the pickup of 3. Hager and James Jones, the tacklers. Emmitt Smith last week led all NFL rushers on opening game with 163 yards. Not a bad average. And 4 touchdowns, tying the Cowboys single game record. And with the 4, has 75 career rushing touchdowns to pass Tony Dorsett. That's the best ever in Dallas history.
Phil, so far, what have they picked? The slow death or the quick death?
That's right. They're going for the slow one. Here comes Steve Atwater again.
2nd and 7, and Smith dancing outside. Flag down as Smith tackled at the 35. And Jerry Markbright signals holding against Dallas.
It looked like Eric Williams, number 79. Now, he hadn't had a whole lot of work.
Holding, number 79, offense. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
He's saying to Allen, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Here's the plan the Broncos have. You see Steve Atwater. He's going to run up here right before the snap, so he becomes the 8th man on that defensive front to stop Emmitt Smith. Comes up in the hole. Nobody there for him. Makes the play.
The hole is trying to get to the outside with Eric Williams, and he's holding inside. It opens it up. There's Atwater making a tackle. You know, looking at him yesterday, Dick, he is huge, Steve Atwater. I didn't realize how big and how well put together this guy is.
6'3" and 220 and plays like a cornerback. Aikman, receivers covered, has to scramble and slides at the 26-yard line. Troy said, I've committed myself to understanding that at my age I'm not mobile anymore. I'm going to wear a bigger mask. I'm going to wear the knee brace on the left knee. I'm going to wear the high tops and only do that, which we've just seen on rare occasions.
Well, you can make those kind of commitments when you have this offensive line in front of you blocking. You know, you're not going to run, but maybe once or twice a game.
You know, that last play, the linebacker, Brett Hager, came in and took Novacek out of the play, and that's where Troy Aikman was looking.
Brings up 3rd and 13. Aikman, 75% completions against the Giants and no intercepts. Pressure on, and Aikman has to dump it onto a wide area. Corey Fleming, a 3rd wide receiver, was the closest Cowboy. They brought Ray Crockett from the corner to put pressure.
Elijah Alexander right out here is going to come untouched because they have everybody covered inside, so there's not enough people to pick up all the defenders that are coming. Emmett does a good job of picking up the secondary defender, but 7 people coming, only 6 blockers.
Shane Gronette then dropped back into coverage. Glenn Milburn at the Denver 30 as John Jett ready to deliver his first punt. Oh, beautiful. What a spiral. Will it ever come down? Milburn juggles at the 23 and ducks out of bounds just shy of the 30. You're watching the NFL on NBC. No score, and Denver will start from the 30-yard line. This city all abuzz. They want to beat the 49ers. They felt they had a Super Bowl team and were encouraged most positively by the shutout of the Giants Monday, but then the acquisition of Dion, and they're looking to go out to Arizona in late January, these fans of Dallas. We'll see. Elway. Blocked back into his face. He makes sure he doesn't catch it because Leon Lett would have tackled him for a loss. I believe it was Lett who deflected it.
Leon Lett is just sensational. You know, we were talking to Charles Haley yesterday. He said, this man, number 78, Leon Lett, watch him here. Go up, perfect timing. Watch him. He just said he doesn't know how good he is. And we thought it was Leon Lett, but it was Tony Tolbert who got up in the air. Watch this. Tony Tolbert gets hit right in the head with the ball. Leon Lett threw his head in front of the ball, which I really like. Yeah. Way to ad-lib, Leon.
2nd and 10.
Where you going, babe? I'm right here.
4 yards total and 7 offensive plays for Denver thus far. Elway with the middle, complete. Shannon Sharp, who had a career game against Buffalo, 10 catches, 180 yards, and he comes up looking a little wobbly.
Well, on this play here, they take Anthony Miller out of the backfield, and then they end up with Shannon Sharp going down the field. When you're putting 5 guys into the pattern, you're going to have somebody open in this pattern, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you would think so, but I tell you, the thing that worried me right there is Charles Haley again gets by, hits John Elway. These kind of hits affect the quarterback in his decision-making as the game goes on.
He's been amazingly durable, Elway, in his 13 NFL season. There's Terrell Davis, the rookie 6th round draft pick out of Georgia. And just as a comparison to show how tough Elway is and all the hits he's taken, compare him with Marino. Over 600 more times in his career, Elway's been hit. Sacked so many more times, and he's run the ball more times. That adds up to 600 plus more times he's been tackled than Marino. We're not counting, of course, hits after throws and all the rest. So he's missed just a handful of games despite the fact that he's had his nose in there where it could hurt. 2nd down 7. Pressure on, and what a throw. Completes it to Rod Bernstein as he was on his back as a big rush again by the Cowboys. Godfrey Miles, the linebacker on the blitz.
The Cowboys show they're not afraid of this Denver speed, blitzing people. Godfrey Miles from the weak side coming, straight up the middle, comes free. Denver cannot pick it up. Again, not enough people to pick up all the blitzers.
Yeah, on this formation, it really exposes your quarterback, Phil. When you take everyone out of the backfield, there is no one back there to block for Elway. You've got to throw the ball in a hurry.
2-yard gain, but it could have been a 7-yard loss. No one in the backfield now as Davis goes in motion. Elway throws incomplete. His man was being held up, but no flag. Dixon Edwards and his arms around Davis, no flag.
You know, I just can't believe they didn't call this, because Dixon Edwards, I know you're allowed to chuck a man within the 5-yard, but that Dixon Edwards is holding to the right of the screen. Davis comes out. He's got him around the waist right there. There's just no way. Look at Davis and say, wait a minute. Don't I have as much right to that ball as you do? What
that's
now?
Holding. That's holding right there, not before. That was holding right there.
You actually agree with it?
Yes, I do. Believe
the officials are consistent. They aren't calling much so far. Ruined the punt on 4th down and 5. Kevin Williams, dangerous return man. Fair catch, but he wants it to go in the end zone, and it does. Dallas will start at the 20 when we return. The 11 and now at the 20-yard line. Denver with the only chance on Atwater's interception and return to the 31. But unable to move the ball against Barry Switzer's defense. It's a very fast group of 11 men, isn't it, Phil?
Yes, it is. That's the thing that makes it so hard when you play them. Not only the physical, but the speed. Even if you pull them for a second, they make up for it.
I got to believe they got to be going to Kevin Williams because they're double covering everybody else.
First at Smith. Start 5, 10, 15 for Emmitt Smith.
You know, it's how long can you contain Emmitt Smith? 1, 2, 3 plays, and then all of a sudden he runs. But when you look at the blocking up front, he just tells those linemen, you block, I'll find the hole. And he does. Look at the moves he has. But look at how fast he is. He shifts the ball into the right hand away from the defense. But how fast he is after he makes that second or third cut.
He's a key part of this Dallas offense. 4th most important contributor in the league last year. Barry Sanders of the Lions, number 1. Emmitt again, and this time slowed up as Simon Fletcher down low, and then Dante Jones made the tackle. Now let's go to NFL in New York. And we'll get you that report in a moment. Second down, 8. Into the eyes of Simon Fletcher as Aikman throws to the sidelines, and a juggling catch by Kevin Williams. Steps out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and very dangerous as Ray Crockett has his hands in there looking for the interception.
Troy Aikman makes a tough decision here. He goes to the top and wants the defender come up, reads it, almost gets out to in front there. Oh, good job. Bad decision by Troy Aikman. Really gets away with an interception right there.
Crockett thought he had the ball, and you've got to make sure that you hold on to the ball. But Kevin Williams, I mean, that was just sensational. You talk about keeping your total concentration on the football. He did that.
That was an important 1-yard gain because Dallas retains possession. 3rd and 7. Aikman. Wide open is Novacek. Spins at the 50 and into the 47 of Denver. Braxton and Alexander make the tackle. 15 yards to the tight end.
You know, Dick, I'm sorry, you can't cover Novacek with a linebacker. I don't care how good Alexander is. Look at this. Novacek, watch what he does to him. He's got him turned around. Then he makes the catch. Now he turns around, slip, down. Novacek picks up another 6 yards. That's impossible. I'm sorry.
It's just a good change-up. Novacek's been coming across the middle, fakes going across the middle, comes back out.
2 catches now, 33 yards for the man in motion. Now it's Emmitt's turn on first down. He never goes where you think he is. He starts into the hole, and then he sees an opening, at 2015 vision of his, and he picks up nearly a first down on first.
Emmitt Smith loves to cut back, but this time he follows his blockers, sees they got it sealed off on the inside, breaks it outside, and once he gets going straight ahead, he keeps his shoulder pad squared and goes, gets a couple extra yards.
Don't you like what he said to us? Tell the offensive lineman, the biggest line in football, 320 average. He says, look it, just hit somebody. Don't turn around, because if you do, I may smack you in the gut.
2nd and 3. And good Denver defense to stop Smith there. It'll be 3rd and short as we now go to NFL in New York.
All right, Dick, in Cincinnati, this is Jacksonville's first ever touchdown. Steve Berline to Randy Jordan. This is good for 71 yards and a 7-3 Jacksonville lead over the Bengals. As we go back to Dallas, as we feel safe in calling that a franchise record, Dick.
Well, that's nice that the Jaguars' first touchdown is a memorable one, 71 yards.
I don't think the people in Cincinnati really care.
3rd down and a short 4. Give it to Smith, and a good defensive play made by one of the big guys up front, Harold Hasselback, number 96, the second-year man from Washington who grew up in Amsterdam. the Netherlands.
Troy Aikman, that was a checkoff right there. He saw all the defenders back. He checks off to the run on the right side. Hasselback gets off, and look at Steve Atwater flying up in the hole to stop that run.
Mark Tuanay missed the block. Number 71, the left tackle. Hasselback was there. Came down the line of scrimmage. Good play.
Line of scrimmage to the 40. Ronnie Bradford, or it's Glenn Milburn who drifts back to the 10. Jet trying to hit one of those dying spirals. So fair catch, Milburn, and it'll be Denver's ball at the 13-yard line when we return as the NFL is on NBC. No score. Denver will start from the 14 after the punt, and after the last offensive series for Denver, this is Elway as his trainer stretching that back. Any of you who have ever had back problems can identify with that particular position.
Well, I think it's not quite the back. It's a little lower because that's where he's been all day so far, sitting on that thing. So they're getting it, stretching it out a little.
We call that back in the Michigan farm. We call that the back.
Oh, okay.
And a good trainer will do that.
I hear you.
Yeah, Elway at 6'3". He smiles when he says he's 215 pounds. The big guy has been quite a star in the Mile High City. Terrell Davis able to gain about 4. The Iron Horse of the Broncos, John Elway. You believe that, don't you, Paul?
I do. Watch. He taught the horse how to smile. Watch the horse. Hello. 13 seasons. Isn't that amazing?
Paul, could you ride a Bronco horse like that?
I don't even want to get near one.
8 games missed by Elway in his 13 years in this very tough league, and with all the hits he's taken. One more touchdown pass to reach the 200 club. Hands off to Rod Bernstein, and the big man who played here at Texas A&M as a tight end gets it to the 23, a yard shy of a first down as the final seconds tick away in this opening quarter. That's the last play. Dixon Edwards, the tackler. So the Cowboys and Broncos battle through the first 15. No score. We'll be right back. Win against the Giants, and Giants came back to play the Chiefs very tough today.
And we're seeing a great defensive football game so far in the first quarter, and neither one of these quarterbacks, Phil, have been able to do what they want to do.
We start the second quarter, 3rd down and 1. Broncos at their own 23. And it's Rod Bernstein, and the angular fullback appears to have the first down just shy of the 25. Leon Lett and company. Dixon Edwards in on the stop. The mark is at the 25. That'll be a first down.
Mike Shanahan loves the script about the first 20 plays of a game, but I think today, because they couldn't protect John Elway, that those after about the first 10, he threw that thing down. So let's preserve John Elway. We need him for the rest of the game and the rest of the season. So he's changed that script a little, I think.
3 years in San Francisco, we'll tell you the story about what that big page said about Jerry Rice. First down, Denver. And there may have been movement by the Broncos as they saw 2 extra Cowboys coming up on the line of scrimmage. No, it's a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So you saw Shanahan with that big chart that has all the situations for all the plays. He said when he went to San Francisco, his first year as offensive coordinator, they have a permanent printed chart, and you fill in the plays, but permanently printed in bold letters was the name Jerry Rice. He said, I got the message early. Lots of plays for Jerry. Lots of plays.
Yeah, that's a good decision there.
1st and 15. Elway, his man well covered. Mike Pritchard out at the 28, and again throwing under pressure.
There is a flag on the other side of the field, Dick, but the referee is saying the ball was tipped, so if there's any pass interference, it'll be called off. But there is motion.
So legal procedure against Shanahan's Broncos, and Dallas presenting some tough defensive looks for Elway in that offensive line.
They really are, and I tell you, John, this is like last week. They played the Buffalo Bills. They could not protect him last week very well, and today they thought Buffalo's pass rush was one of the best.
Illegal formation foul. Offense, 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Penalties declined. Second down.
Have to have 7 men on the line of scrimmage.
Right down here, it looks like he's not on the line of scrimmage. I think that's what he's talking about. Oh, no, I'll take that back. Here's the guards must have been too far back. I take it for granted the linemen are going to get on the line of scrimmage.
You're supposed to.
Back to the 20-yard line, 2nd and 15. Elway batting in the air, intercepted by Larry Brown, and Brown tackled by Elway at the 7.
You know, they've been in Elway's face all day long, and it just happens again. They're right there in the middle of the line. We're in his face. Elway goes back. There's just no place to go. And when you're driving the offensive lineman that far back into his face, I think that was Talbert was the guy that got it.
No, Chad Hennings tipped it.
Was it Chad Hennings? But when they drive their offensive lineman, watch how far back they drive these offensive linemen, all the way back into his face. Bam, no place to go.
Larry Brown with the interception. 1st and goal for Aikman and the Cowboys. Their first visit to Denver territory. Table set for Dallas. A Thomas Smith to the 5. Last week, Emmett had 83 yards rushing in the first quarter. Of course, 60 of those on the touchdown run. Just 27 today against Denver. And there's Larry Brown, the veteran cornerback, with his first interception of the year.
When the Broncos read run, they are attacking the line of scrimmage. And one thing that's why they're holding Emmett is the backside of that defense is not over pursuing, so he has no cutback lanes.
300-pound rookie tight end Kendall Watkins, 83, anchors the left side of the line. Novacek in motion. Fake to Smith. Throw to Johnston. Touchdown. The Moose call at Texas Stadium.
Gets caught inside. He is playing run when Johnston comes to the outside, and Steve Atwater just stays inside, Phil, and he gets caught in there. Someone has to cover this man, and I believe that was Atwater's man.
That's the exact play they scored on last week against the Giants, but he threw it to Michael Irvin, who ran inside for the touchdown.
Chris Boniol with a try for point with Novacek holding. And the Cowboys quickly convert 7 on the interception by Larry Brown to the Denver 7. Aikman to the Moose. Darrell Johnston, that valuable fullback, and the first touchdown of the game. 85 degrees and sunny in Texas today as the Dallas Cowboys have the 7-0 lead. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter, and rookie from Arizona State, John Baker to Glenn Milburn. Milburn outside again. And gets it nearly to the 30. They mark it at the 29. Brock Marion, another special teams tackle, along with Clayton Holmes. Let's go back to the touchdown.
On that touchdown, here's Michael Irvin. Here's Steve Atwater. It's a tight split by Michael Irvin, so Steve's worried about him. Moose Johnson gets out here before Steve Atwater realizes he's got outside the formation. Watch Steve Atwater. He knows Michael's coming inside. Oh, it's too late. Moose Johnson out in the flat. Easy touchdown.
Only 2 first downs for John Elway and the Broncos, and this is their 5th possession of the game. Elway not even close to Shannon Sharp. Dixon Edwards covering.
You know, Dick, he's got to feel Haley coming by him. He really does, because Charles Haley is in the backfield. He's given Zimmerman fits. Charles Haley gets by. He doesn't get to Elway, but watch what he does. You think Elway doesn't know he's around? Here's Haley. He steps up. Look at this. He had to pull the ball back down and then throw it again.
Charles Haley, who has 4 Super Bowl rings, said the game at New York, there was more emotion on this Dallas team than any game all last year. Draw play to Bernstein. Whoa! He gets a tough 5 yards before Brock Marion came up from the secondary to put a big hit on him, assisted by Robert Jones.
Yeah, Brock Marion, number 31 and 55. Jones and Edwards are all there. Watch this with Rob Bernstein cuts back inside. You just take him right off your feet. Nice play by the defense. This has been a super defensive football game.
3rd and 4. He has a man open, but he can't get the ball there. It's tipped again. Anthony Miller was open on the near sidelines, but Elway has his 3rd pass tipped. He is 2 for 11.
There's a break in the coverage here. John Elway has a receiver wide open. Larry Brown blows the coverage. Leon Lett just gets his fingers on it. And as a quarterback, you've got a touchdown. Watch Larry Brown. Lets him go. He thinks he has help. The safety's back in the middle. Disappointment.
Tom Ruin to punt. And sends a boomer, driving Williams back inside his 10. He waits patiently, but a sea of orange to meet him, and flags fly as Williams down at the 13. Usually a block in the back. As Jerry Markbright talks with his fellow officials, a 55-yard punt by Ruin.
Illegal block. Number 40 on the return. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Veteran Bill Bates is ticketed, so Dallas, when we return, will start from around their 7-yard line. Shannon Sharp looking from help upstairs as Dallas takes over at their own 7, leading 7-0. Just under 12 minutes left in this first half, and Aikman to throw from his own goal line. Underneath Emmett Smith, and the immediate tackle at the 10, a gain of 3. Lionel Washington and Britt Hager collaborate on the stop.
Dick, we can't say enough about these two defenses. I mean, they're just playing extremely well. Dallas gets a touchdown. It's after an interception from Elway. But you look at these two defenses; they are playing just what they think the offenses are doing, and it seems like the offenses are playing right into their hands.
Now, for Denver, that's saying something. They were last in the league in defense a year ago, and so that's where major work had to be done. Darrell Johnston in motion, and then Smith finds the hole up the middle. And he rumbles to the 25 and a first down. 15 more yards for Emmitt Smith.
You know, when Emmitt Smith told the offensive lineman, don't turn around because I'll hit you in the stomach, well, the same thing happens. The blocking up front is superb. They catch Denver in a blitz. Atwater's up on the top. Simon Fletcher on the bottom. But watch here, Michael Irvin. He turned around. He got hit right in the stomach. Michael, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Deuces, 22, Emmitt Smith the third. 79 touchdown balls. He has them all except for 4. He gets the call on first down. Flag down, and Smith has about 18 more and fumbled the ball, but able to reach back and get it. Dante Jones and Tyrone Braxton finally chased him down, and the flag in the secondary of the Broncos. And it's holding against the Cowboys, denying a 19-yard run. Michael Irvin, wide receiver, trying to help out Smith.
Holding number 84, offense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Jay Novacek, rather.
Jay Novacek is called for the holding here. Watch him come across. The defender's going to shoot inside of him. The only thing he can do, Steve Atwater, let me hold on to him so he can't get back there and make the play.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. That is a smart play, whether you like it or not, folks, because if Atwater hits Emmett head on, that
could be a fumble. That's right.
And put Emmett on the bench for a while.
So instead of first down out near the 40, it's first and 20 back at the 15. Aikman to Novacek, and he double pumped, and Atwater was coming up to make a big play again. Atwater with an interception early today.
They call you keep saying is Atwater. Atwater. I mean, he's everywhere.
Troy makes a good decision on that throw, though. There are his defenders with their hands up. It makes him reload right here. He has him in stride. He waits, and now he sees the safety coming up, and he throws it just a little too low.
And I think that Jay Novacek is very happy that he threw that a little low.
Kevin Williams to the right and Michael Irvin left. Novacek on the right side. Darrell Johnston, the touchdown maker. The Moose from Syracuse. Another flag is down.
I think you might have either a hold or a pick on this play because the linebackers got caught inside.
Well, this one's against Denver.
Holding on Ray Crockett. He's over there grabbing onto Michael Irvin's jersey, it looks like.
The preliminary signal was holding Denver. Jerry Markwright giving Aikman the options.
The holding is an automatic first down.
Holding, number 39, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So at 1st and 20, that's a big call.
Watch Ray Crockett right here, trying to be aggressive. It's a two-deep zone, gets that right hand inside, holds on to Kevin Williams. Automatic first down.
No question about that one.
Zone coverage, really a bad play by Ray Crockett. He had plenty of help inside. He didn't need to be so physical with the offensive receiver.
And in zone coverage, he should have been going back outside with Darrell Johnston. He was wide open.
That takes Dallas out of that 1st and 20. Emmett.
Novacek takes it from Emmett. There's no whistle yet, and Novacek is all the way to the 37-yard line of Denver.
What I don't understand about this is that Novacek, whether Emmett was stopped or not, because Novacek was in front of Emmitt Smith. If that is the case, it's a forward lateral.
Well, Jerry Markwright's calling it back. Back to the 35-yard line where the exchange was made.
It was a heads-up play. Novacek's laughing. Emmett's laughing. It was really a heads-up play.
Emmett actually hands this ball off to him right here. Watch. He sees Jay. Oh, take it.
The same Novacek is in front of him on that play. Now, the officials are discussing whether that was a forward lateral or not.
The whistle was blown. The ball is dead. First down at this spot.
You know, I got to ask you something, Dick. Last week, you know, we saw people stop and then go over the goal line last week. And here it is here. Emmitt Smith, watch his legs. He's still moving forward. He's still moving forward. His legs don't stop. Look at his legs are moving. Don't look at the ball. Look at his legs. They're still moving. So he's not stopped.
He is not down there. That's right. His forward progress had not been stopped. So Emmett does a good job here. He sees Jay Novacek, hands it to him. It looks legal to me, Paul. The Cowboys had a big play taken back.
Well, it would have been brought back as an illegal lateral because Novacek was in front of him. That's the play I'm talking about. Either one of two ways. It was illegal or he stopped. They said he was stopped, which I don't think that happened.
So it's a 15-yard run for Smith and a first down at the 35. Aikman looking for Novacek. No, it's to Irvin this time.
45, 40, and out of bounds at the 36. 29-yard play.
The Cowboys finally guess right. Look at Steve Atwater come flying up here. When he does that, that means you're going to have man coverage outside. You'll see Michael Irvin at the bottom of the screen, run the in cut, no help. Easy completion for Troy and Michael right there. Finally, the Cowboys guess right on a passing play.
And Kevin Williams, give him number 85 a lot of credit because he got in the front of like 3 different Broncos that helped Irvin get some more yardage.
Aikman throws to the sidelines. Michael Irvin again. Another first down at the 20. One of the superstars of the Dallas Cowboys, the heartbeat of the offense. Irvin, Aikman, Smith.
Yeah, but Irvin, it just looked look like this offense has been waiting, looking at the defense of Denver, and then now here comes their game plan. Because Urban is wide open, and they're reading now, like you just said the play before, they're seeing one-on-one coverage. And when you get that, this is the quick death, right?
That's right. It's quick death in these situations.
The 20, Emmett Smith. Off tackle and a solid hit made by Ray Crockett. Assist goes to 57 Alan Aldridge. A gain of 3. Charles Haley in the defense cooling off, waiting their turn, watching the offense drive deep now into Denver territory. 7-0 Dallas lead. 5 times in that red zone for Dallas this year, and they've come away with 5 big ones.
Yes. Well, a lot of that has to do because the running game is so superb. When you get inside that 20, a lot of times it's hard to throw it in the end zone, but Dallas, they can beat you either way.
Johnston in motion. Aikman throws to Irvin, incomplete. Broken up by Ray Crockett, who reacted very well.
Ray Crockett does a really good job here of anticipating. He sees the in cut, reads Michael, and drives right through him, times it perfectly, gets a little left arm in there, but that's okay.
Did it look like on that play there, Crockett makes an outstanding play, there's no question about it, but Michael Irvin, did it look like he was the primary target? Because there's times that he just goes in and he's not going in there full speed. That was obviously a slant route.
Right.
He just took it in there very slowly.
Yeah, I think, well, he knew there was safety help, so he was a little worried about going too far inside.
Johnston out in the slot right. Oh, Aikman dumps it off to Smith. 10. 5 into the 3. First and goal, Dallas.
Someone saved Aikman picking up the blitz. Emmitt Smith was the man who made the block and then made the catch. How about that for a Quinella?
Well, sometimes you get a little lucky as a quarterback, but Emmitt Smith here is going to step up, get the defender blitzing, knocks him to the ground. Keith Burns. Troy, nobody's open down the field. He gets up. Troy sees him. What presence from the quarterback. And Emmitt Smith makes the good run after he catches it.
Boy, there are stars, and then there are real big stars. Emmitt Smith, what a play. First and goal. Fake to Smith. Aikman still alive. End zone for a touchdown.
Goes Black Barrow.
What a run by Troy Aikman.
You want to say that again about there are stars and there are stars? Troy Aikman on this play here. Tyrone Braxton's going to be on the outside. Watch what Troy Aikman does. No, I'm not going out of bounds. I see some room. I'm going to stay in. And then this dive over Braxton into the end zone. He said they played last week with the most intensity he's seen in a year. They're bringing it back again. I guess Deion Sanders hadn't bothered him, huh?
5 point by Bonio. Nothing Dallas. 93 yards in 10 plays. That was a superstar drive. Dallas Cowboys have now outscored the opposition this season 49-0. Open a 14-0 advantage over Denver. 6:23 left in this first half. That last drive, Aikman 3 for 5, 46 yards plus the rushing touchdown of 2 yards to cap the 93-yard effort. Emmett 3 rushes, 34 yards. Then 1 reception after picking up the blitzing. Back. Baker sends it to the end zone and through, and Denver will settle for the touchback on the 20-yard line. Let's go back to the Emmitt Smith play. This is extraordinary effort.
You know, Emmett's, when he comes up the block right here, I mean, just you look at him. Now watch him roll and get back up. He knows the play is not dead yet. Hey, I'm up. I'm ready. Just give me the ball. I mean, special people make special plays. You're absolutely right.
And Aikman, again, not willing to concede on this play when everyone was covered.
Really a good job of just feeling what's going on. You see him rolling out here. Troy Aikman, 10 pounds lighter this year. It might have come in handy right here as he soars over the defender for the touchdown.
First down for Elway. Again pressured. Now he throws long. His receiver stopped, and then Anthony Miller unable to get it. Covered well by Clayton Holmes.
You know, the thing talking to Troy Aikman,
Flag down, by the way.
The thing you talked about Troy Aikman yesterday, as he said before they made the announcement, we talked to him well before they signed Deion Sanders. He said, look, we're going to the Super Bowl. Now, if Deion wants to come along, that's okay with us, but we're going.
Here's a chop block against the Denver Broncos. Take them 10 yards back toward their goal line. It'll be 1st and 20 from the 10. Well, the Dallas defense certainly was impressive against the Giants, and some said, well, the Giants just had a bad offensive game too, but hey, they've come right back today against Denver, and Elway fighting for his life to complete a pass.
I think this defense, it's going to be consistently like this every week.
Inside to Terrell Davis, and Davis kicking free. And the rookie from Georgia has 22 yards before Brock Marion can get him down. TD said, as a kid in San Diego, Tony Dorsett was my hero, and now I'm the new TD.
It's a little trap inside here. You're going to see John Handoff, and Terrell Davis does a good job of bouncing it outside. Caught the Cowboys in a blitz, so containment broke down from the right side. So a good run by Terrell Davis.
I'm going to get back in a minute because Dick Enberg asked Terrell a question yesterday. I have to relate this to the people. You're going to love it, folks.
First down, it's 21 yards officially. Elway, a little more time, and finds the open man, Mike Pritchard, knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line. They say it is a catch. Out of bounds by contact from the defender. 15-yard play. Let's go back to Terrell Davis. I asked him, I said, he's a charming young guy. He said, hey, I thought I'd be a redshirt. This would be my redshirt year. They put me in the practice squad. I'm amazed I'm playing. We went through all that. I said, well, what do you like to do away from football? And his answer was, sleep.
Dick said, sleep? I mean, what constitutes good sleep? How many hours? He said, well, I like to go to bed about 7 at night and get up at 8 in the morning.
Well, 13 hours.
That guy got to have some bed sores.
First down from the 47. Elway overshoots Anthony Miller, covered by Larry Brown. Charles Haley in Elway's face again.
Charles Haley putting constant pressure on John Elway here. You see him come in, jump outside. Both offensive players take the tackle going inside. Another free shot for Charles Haley.
Elway 3 for 13. Davis. Pushing the midfield, a game of 4. Haley and Miles make the stop.
Elway is getting what he wants when he drops back to pass. They're playing single coverage on the outside. And Paul, we talked about it before the game, but the problem is he just never has time to set his feet and throw it out to the sideline.
No, by the time he gets set up, I mean, all of a sudden, Haley's there, Lett's there, Tolbert's there. I mean, it's fine to say, yeah, I got one-on-one coverage on the outside, but I don't have time to get the ball to him.
So Gary Kubiak, his former backup to Elway, now the offensive coordinator under Shanahan. Underneath. It won't be enough for a first down as he throws to Bernstein, tackled immediately by Bill Bates. Bates now oldest in tenure on this Dallas team, his 13th season, his 173rd game.
And Dick, I think they're going to go for it. The reason I'm saying that is because, I mean, you're down 14 points. You're inside their territory. Granted, you don't want to give that ball up to Dallas in this situation, but you're not doing anything. This is going to help your offense. If you get the first down, it picks up this entire football team.
Dallas crowd rises as one, 4th and a long one. Fake to Bernstein. Elway goes for it all, has a man open. Pritchard knocked away by Brock Marion. Flag down, and it's in the secondary of the Cowboys.
Clayton Holmes was out there with Pritchard on the outside, number 47. And if that's holding, what a way to, it is holding. That's first down.
Holding, number 47, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Clayton Holmes on 47, his first game, inexperienced. He's here in a tough situation. He really has no help. Look at that right hand. Now that's holding. Good hold of the jersey. Then grabs him around the waist. He's going to make sure right there.
That was holding for almost 12 yards.
They don't make that much contact dancing these days.
Oh, man, I love the call, though. I mean, I didn't like really the call, but I like going for it on 4th down.
First down at the 40, trailing 14-0. Davis working inside, showing some power running, and the kid that started at Long Beach State gets 9 yards on the drive. George Allen was the man who recruited him out of San Diego Lincoln High School to Long Beach State.
Terrell Davis said, I thought you were going to redshirt me this year. I love that comment. There he comes. Look at the blocking. They are doing some trapping up in the middle, but this man has got great feet. Look at, for you young people that run, watch his legs. They just do not stop, and he picks up almost 10 yards in the play, about 9.5 yards. But I like this guy. They're going to redshirt me this year? Where do you think he would
go to the practice squad? 42 yards for TD, Terrell Davis. He gets it and a first down to the 28 of Dallas. Clock shows 3 minutes left in this first half, and a Cowboy lead of 14-0.
Denver's found a little niche for their offense right now. A couple traps inside, that time an inside sweep to the left, and that's the way to attack the Cowboy defense. It's hard to go outside. It's hard to throw it down the field because of the pressure from the pass rush. So go up inside with some quick runs.
If with this pass rush coming like on the outside, is a screen probable here?
It's not a good play, really, because these defensive linemen are so fast they chase them down.
He's inside the Dallas 25. A gain of nearly 5 before Godfrey Miles played at Florida, was a teammate of Emmitt Smith there, and makes the stop along with Darren Woodson, who has emerged as a top-notch safety in this league. You had great admiration for him. Phil Simms will get your comments on him as we tick down toward the 2-minute timeout. The Broncos' first serious drive of this half. The shutout season of Dallas in jeopardy. They lead 14-0 at the 2-minute timeout. In the NFL. Dallas leading 14-0. Denver at the Cowboy 24. Second down and a short 6. Elway to Davis and tackled immediately by that man, Phil Simms, Darren Woodson.
Darren Woodson, he can do it all. He can play the run, one of the best in the NFL as a safety. He really, every time you come up there, it's an 8-man front because he can be at the line of scrimmage to make the tackles and can cover most wide receivers in the league one-on-one too.
Plus, he's a special team star. They use him on special teams. He's made 2 tackles again today on specials.
I don't think this is a 4-down situation for Denver. I mean, they've got to put some points on the board, and 3 would be good if they don't get this first down.
3rd and 5. Elway, first-time shotgun in this quarter. Good protection. Runs it complete at the 11-yard line. Wide open, Shannon Sharp. Brock Marion there to down him. 12 yards on the play. 1:05 left in the half. And Mike Shanahan is going to use one of his timeouts.
Shannon Sharp did a good job of getting open right here. Mike Pritchard's going to come across the screen underneath. Bill Bates sees him. It opens up just a little bit of hole. John Elway, of course, with that strong arm, sticks it in there.
Timeout. Broncos trying to dent that 14-0 Dallas lead. Troy Aikman, a touchdown pass to Darrell Johnston. And a 2-yard scramble touchdown. Watching John Elway as their very switcher. First down at the Cowboy 11. The first serious drive for Mike Shanahan's Broncos today. 5 first downs on this drive. They've had 2 prior the whole game. Elway, play action. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Anthony Miller. Miller, playing in his first game of the season, has the first score, but it may be a costly play as a Bronco is down.
Did Anthony Miller make that look easy? I mean, those soft hands of Anthony Miller's. Habib is the guy that's down. And you're right, this could be costly.
Brian Habib, the starting right guard, is the man down. And he's hurting. So that's the first touchdown against the Cowboy defense this season, as Anthony Miller who had 60 catches and 5 touchdowns a year ago, has the first this season.
There's a double team on Russell Maryland. Here's Russell Maryland here, and the back's going to step up and block underneath, and then Habib comes over, and this should have been called a chop block because two people can't block a guy, one below and one high. Watch this. There it is down and then up on the top. Excuse me, let me just circle right there. That's Habib getting hurt.
And he grabs at his right knee as he rolls over in pain and now helped off the field. Habib, who broke in with the Vikings back in '88 out of the University of Washington, acquired as a free agent by Denver 2 years ago. Jason Elam for the point after. And the Dallas lead cut to 14-7 with just under a minute left in this first half. A 69-yard drive in 10 plays. 11-yard on the touchdown to Anthony Miller.
Patience by John Elway, waiting for the play to come. Anthony Miller's going to come all the way across the formation and catch it right there. Watch the fake by Elway. He's going to look to the bottom of the screen. The defense, Shannon Sharp in the flat. Pritchard in deep, sees Anthony Miller in the back of the end zone. Good patience, waits for the receiver to come open. His third read, and that'll make a coach proud when you go to that third receiver heading for a touchdown.
Watch the soft hands, folks. Watch the soft hands. Watch how easy this looks. Thank you. Touchdown. I'll take that. Very nice. Elway.
John Elway's 200th career touchdown pass. Elway is the 19th player in NFL history to hit the 200 mark. As you see, Vance Johnson, who has caught more of Elway's touchdown passes than anyone. He has nearly 40 in his career. Well, check that, 35 to be exact.
Hey, Dick. Phil has 199.
You stopped at 199. Well, you're tied for the next level. You got those other guys in front, and you got more than anyone else that's thrown 200.
I think that one I threw to Lawrence Taylor Monday night should count.
Yeah, but he tripped and fell at one.
Did you rehearse that at all?
No, he didn't. And Lawrence Taylor, before he went out for that pass, had such fear in his eyes, and I actually felt sorry for him.
Jason Elam just sends a squibber down and gets a nice bounce. Kevin Williams with a very good chance for return to the 44 and a flag down. 53 seconds left in the half. Randy Hilliard made the tackle, and Barry Switzer, who will turn 58 shortly. Didn't like to see that yellow.
We got another injured Bronco down there on the 40-yard line.
Illegal block, number 56, on the return, 10-yard penalty, first down.
You know, this
Richie Barnes with the foul.
This really hurts the team because Dallas, they had the ball at about the 45-yard line with 3 timeouts remaining, 53 seconds, plenty of time to at least get within field goal range.
They have not been able to pick up the number of the injured Denver player.
It's Aaron Craver, number 29, the running back.
Former Miami Dolphin, one of the many acquisitions made by the Broncos in the offseason and the new look Mike Shanahan team. Have a moment here on our big doubleheader on NBC today. A look ahead on NBC tonight. Joey Lawrence coming up. Well, that's actually next Sunday, but you can start getting excited tonight about it. Hot new comedy series with his 2 real-life brothers. The show's called Brotherly Love. We hope you'll look for Brotherly Love next Sunday night on NBC. But that doesn't mean you can't stay with us tonight. We got a couple of fine features as well. We'll tell you about it later. 3 timeouts left for Dallas. Okay, Phil, get into the head here of Barry Switzer. Do you try to pick up something with a minute to go?
Well, I have Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, and that crew, yes. With 3 timeouts, I think you'd be real patient here early, throw some short passes, see if somebody can break a tackle, get it going, and then maybe take a chance once I get past the 40-yard line.
If I'm going to throw short passes, number 84 comes to my mind.
He's usually the guy that's open, that's right. Or 22 is not a bad choice either.
No, that's true. Third wide receiver is Corey Fleming, 82. He's to the left. And that's Kevin Williams in motion, and it's the reverse to Williams. Dan Williams can't make the tackle on the backfield. And Williams able to get out to the 35-yard line, a gain of about 7. Brunette and Atwater team on the tackle, and now 2 timeouts remain for Dallas. will return 14-7. Final minute first half. Well, Deion Sanders, as we all know, is the new $25 million man in Dallas, but Aikman's got him touched up a bit there. He's the $50 million man. He signed through the end of this century. And the more you meet the man and talk to him, the more there is to like. He is just A1 solid in every aspect.
He is a leader in every way in a football team. His performance, his work ethic, and also just the way he meets with us and talks with the press. He's such a great example for everybody.
You know, the funny thing about him, though, he says, you know, we hadn't seen him. And he says, you know, you're asking questions I've been answering all year long, but I will answer them for you.
Once.
Yeah, once. He was very nice about everything.
2 timeouts left for Dallas. Aikman over the middle to Novacek. Tackled at the 40-yard line, stays in bounds. So Dallas, will they use another timeout or hurry to the line of scrimmage? It's a first down. Alexander and Braxton made the stop. 30, 29, 28, as you can see. Irvin is to the right. Over the middle, incomplete. Ray Crockett in front of Kevin Williams, and a flag. Late flag goes down. Stops the clock with 19 seconds. Incomplete.
Holdings. Number 39, defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
You know what's amazing about this call? Ray Crockett ought to be upset because there are 2 other calls they could have called and they didn't do it. Ray Crockett, number 39. And they call this holding. Is he holding?
Yep.
Yeah, he's skinned. But that's another jersey wide open. It's a good call. I understand it. But there were 2 other calls they could have made in this game, and they didn't make them. And they were wide open, and they saw them.
So first down at the 46-yard line, 19 seconds left. So Dallas has about 3 plays left. Try to get at least into field goal range. And thinking in those terms, Chris Boniol's longest as a Cowboy, 47 yards. So they have to get down to the Denver 30. Aikman gets away from Dan Williams. Chased by James Jones and finally steps out of bounds at the 49 of Dallas with 11 seconds left in the half.
There's one thing about this rule where you don't hit the quarterback along the sidelines, and Aikman has done this twice now. Once for a touchdown where he gets in, and you love it, I know that. But on this play here, here's another chance that he goes out. And the defensive man, they slow up because they know if they hit Aikman, and he's going out of bounds, there's going to be a 15-yard penalty. But watch what Aikman does. He slows up, and then he just speeds up and picks up another 3 or 4 yards. You've got to eliminate that or let him hit the quarterback when he comes down the sideline.
Well, Paul, as long as he's on the playing field, they're allowed to hit him right there. The defender, you're right, got caught into position. He thought Troy was going to run out of bounds, and you know, if I'm the defender, when in doubt, you hit the quarterback right there. He's on that green. You can hit him and drive him out of bounds.
But if, what I'm saying, though, and you know, understand, if another 15 yards here, now it puts him in field goal range.
Well, big doubleheader today, and we're setting up another doubleheader, teeing it up next Sunday on NBC beginning at 12:30. Featured, most of you will see Steve Young, Jerry Rice, the Super Bowl champion Niners, host Drew Bledsoe and the New England Patriots. Our early games, most of you will see Jeff Hostetler and the Raiders. They're 2-0. Visit Arrowhead to battle Steve Bono and the Chiefs, who are also 2-0. Some of you will see Nate Fraun Means and the Chargers barrel into Philly against Cunningham and the Eagles. Also some regional action. Doubleheader next week beginning at 12:30. We'll be out at what used to be Candlestick Park for the 49ers and Patriots. 11 seconds left in the half. Aikman looking for something big now. Incomplete at the 30-yard line. That would have positioned Corey Fleming had he caught it in field goal range for Chris Boniol. But now a 3-second play, which means all or nothing for Dallas.
Yeah, you just line up. I'd take 3 defensive backs and put them back on the down on the 10-yard line, Dick, and just wait, because it's coming.
Yeah.
Is it still a Hail Mary?
Yes, it's called the Hail Mary, and with Troy's arm, there's no doubt he can throw it in the end zone from here, too.
What do they call the huddle? They call it Hail Mary?
Most of the time, that's what it is. Hail Mary, and call the snap count. That's it.
They call it Drew Pearson here in Dallas.
Yeah, that's right. It's a prayer.
Aikman steps up. Oh, got plenty of air on it. It's in the end zone. Touchdown! No, he didn't get it. Kevin Williams got his hands on it, but it hit the ground. No, it's Corey Fleming. It bounced right to Fleming's feet, but he didn't get his hands under the ball. Oh, my.
This play is executed perfectly. Sent 2 guys in the end zone, 1 trailer, the 2 in the end zone, trying to tip the ball. It gets away from the defenders. Corey Fleming, it comes to him, can't quite get his fingertips on it.
Now the end of the first half, and almost a big touchdown for Dallas.
Here you see the trailing receiver, Corey Fleming. Oh.
At the half, the Dallas Cowboys 14, the Denver Broncos 7. We'll be sending you to our NFL NBC studios in New York after these words from your local station. Thanks, Greg, and welcome back to Texas Stadium, where the Cowboys built a 14-0 lead. Denver scoring late, 14-7, as we look at the Coors Light halftime statistics.
Denver on defense. I mean, that's the whole story. A team last year 28th in defense, last in the league, and look at them now. They're holding Dallas. I mean, I think that they're holding Dallas. Only 206 yards. That's not a lot.
Difference in the half was the interception by Larry Brown to the 6-yard line. As you look at how Denver through the years that defense has performed, 5th in 91, then the 22nd, 19th, and then last year 28th in the league. It cost Wade Phillips his job, and Mike Shanahan, known for his offensive prowess as a coach, but it's been his defense that has most improved, Phil.
That's right. Wade Phillips was a defensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan offense, and got it turned around.
Dallas gets it first. Kevin Williams on the kickoff return, and is stopped at the 23-yard line. But all being said, and the score in the game 14-7 being close, but the way the Cowboy defense played, we'd be guilty if we didn't talk about them.
Well, it's been spectacular, just like it was last week, and really they give you nothing. When they give you the outsides, John Elway can't take advantage of it because of the pressure of the pass rush.
I think that was the whole key in the first half for Elway, is that he just didn't have time to throw the ball, except in that last drive. Then he had some time, and they also ran the ball pretty well.
All right. Each team trying to join those who have opened the season with 2 victories. From the 23, Aikman to Emmett. And brought down after a 3-yard gain by Britt Hager, veteran from Texas, unrestricted free agent. One of the many changes in this Denver defense. How much has it changed in 1 year? Only one man, Simon Fletcher, is at the same position this year as a year ago.
And he's the one guy that you're going to talk about too a little bit later. He's going to retire.
Well, and William Dean Perry isn't on that list because Perry injured in the opening game win, but it wasn't as serious as first feared, and they feel they'll get Perry back in 3-4 weeks. The fake reverse to Williams. Dan Williams pressuring Aikman, and Aikman has to throw it away. So Dan Williams, who nearly made the tackle on the reverse to Williams in the first half, wasn't fooled by the fake and was all over Aikman.
The other thing about it, James Jones, number 93, was sitting right there on Emmitt Smith. Here's the fake. Williams doesn't take the fake, but when Troy Aikman throws the ball, he's actually throwing it away into the ground because James Jones, number 93, was sitting there with Emmitt Smith. Nice play. Good defensive play all the way around.
3rd down 7. Simon Fletcher moving in and out of the line of scrimmage. Aikman to the sidelines to Irvin. Irvin hit immediately by Randy Hilliard, but it's good enough for a first down at the 35-yard line.
Simon Fletcher's inside here. You're going to see him right here. Defensive lineman standing up. And then he's going to drop back as the ball is snapped. It looks like a blitz by the Bronco defense. They disguise it. It's a zone, but Troy Aikman's not fooled. It goes outside where the single coverage is for the first down.
4th catch for Michael Irvin. He had 7 against the Giants. Emmitt Smith on the toss. Emmitt Smith for the star running back of the Cowboys. Simon Fletcher makes the tackle. We talked to Simon, and one of the really enjoyable men to meet in this league. He's got a dry sense of humor. He's a connoisseur now. He's got dog houses, hot dog houses, 5 of them. Says 5 migraines as you're trying to run them. But I tell you what, they still got that sack dog. You know, that's the one with the chili, and they got the jalapeno and the cheese.
That's the one Paul likes.
When we go to Denver, we're getting them, right?
Yeah.
We'll send them up.
He said that's a big seller, and it's also the most expensive. So help him out. Smith, 2nd and 6. Sees contact coming, and it's Ray Crockett shouldering him out of bounds at the 41, 4 yards short of a first down.
Good job there by the Denver defense of just going along the line of scrimmage and not getting blown off the ball, stringing it out, and the defensive corner, Ray Crockett, comes up and makes it really no gain.
I think that's the one thing that Denver you must do against Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith, we talked about it so many times about his cutback all the time, Dick. He never runs into the hole. We ask him about it. He says, no, I don't run to the hole. I run to what hole I see. But if you can string Emmitt Smith out and let him run sideways, he doesn't hurt you.
163 yards in the opening game, 71 today. Under pressure, Aikman dumps it off to Emmett. First down and more to the 50 and into the Denver 47. Aikman hit hard from the backside by Elijah Alexander.
Elijah Alexander out here on the outside is just going to come free because of this blitzer inside. They occupy all the Cowboy linemen. Again, not enough people there to pick up. Troy just gets it off, and Emmett makes a defender miss to get the first down.
Yeah, but look at Emmett. He's all by himself. He comes out here. Washington comes up, and watch this move. See it? And that's the one that they laugh at when they see it in the film room. You know what I'm saying?
Dallas does.
Yeah.
13-yard play. Aikman scrambling. Good yardage and out of bounds right at the sticks at the 36-yard line. First down.
Knee brace and all. It's funny, Troy Aikman said, yeah, I use, Dick brought this up in the first half. He says, yes, I use everything now. I've got the bigger face mask. I've got knee brace now. I've got all these pads that I'm wearing. He said, I'm getting too old for this stuff. But he is in great shape.
He also told us every day during the week he goes out and jogs 3 or 4 miles besides all the workout he does with the Cowboys. So he did, like you said, he did look in great shape, and it shows on the field the way he's moving around.
His toughest job is getting along with his neighbor.
Yeah, that's right.
Terry Bradshaw. Oh, the fumble by Johnston, and right back into the arms of Johnston. Oh, that's when you say a little thank you down there. Fumbles it forward, he's on the ground, and it's kicked right back into his left. Big chance for Denver loss.
Dante Jones makes a good hit inside, jars the ball loose of Moose, and watch this. Number 34, Tyrone Braxton, tries to get it, knocks it back to Moose Johnson. It's not supposed to happen that way. Good teams are not supposed to get all the breaks like that.
That's when you know that you are lucky.
Well, but credit Jay Novacek for putting the hit on Braxton to deny him the chance of recovering it. Then a pickup of 4 yards. Reverse to Williams going the other way. Chased by Hager and tackled by Atwater. A gain of 1.
You know, you can't talk enough about Steve Atwater. I mean, the first half, the first quarter, all you did was mention his name on every play. And then this has got to be the toughest tackle in the world for anyone, including a defensive back. The wide open field, and Atwater just makes the plays.
What really impresses me so far about the Denver defense, we've seen a lot of trickery by the Dallas offense, reverses, screens, and they're not fooled by anybody, any of that. They're disciplined, staying where they're supposed to, and stopping these plays.
Third down, 4. 3 wide receivers, Dallas. Over the middle, Novacek. Dragged down by Alexander. First down at the 20.
You spread the whole field out again, and then you've got Elijah Alexander one-on-one on Jay Novacek. And Aikman, you can see him when he drops back. He already reads it. He sees it. Novacek's already got the first down. Alexander, that's all he can do is just make the tackle.
Barry Switzer, of course, likes that, and Jay Novacek, you got to give him a lot of credit. Faking inside, faking outside. That time, he just ran into the defender, knocked him off of him, and then cut across the field.
The 9th play of this opening drive in the second half. Smith caught in the backfield, twists away. Instead of losing 5, he drives for a first down. Shane Dronette had him in the backfield for a loss.
Shane Dronette shoots inside right here, beats the block before it get there. Well, really, he's not even blocked, and still misses Emmitt Smith. A good turn by Emmitt. Comes around, good block on Steve Atwater. And Lionel Washington tries to make a tackle. Emmitt breaking tackles. A 5-yard loss turns into a big game.
12 yards, a 17-yard difference. First and goal, Dallas at the 8. downs at the 7. Ooh, and one of the cameramen across the way took a mean hit.
You know, you say great players make great plays. Well, we saw one in the first half with Emmitt Smith, and we just saw the one to play before. And this time, Emmitt Smith is going to the outside. He's taking a look to the outside. There's no place to go. And if Braxton knocks him out of bounds, but he's going to also wipe out a cameraman.
Yeah, that's so tough. Those guys have a lot of heavy equipment and no way to protect themselves, trying to protect their camera. And
he's still down. I hope he's okay.
2nd and goal. Fake to Smith. Aikman. Another scramble. Incomplete, and a spectacular defensive play by Crockett to avoid making contact and a penalty and knock the ball away.
Did you see Aikman throw this ball? I mean, that thing was on a rope, but Crockett, you're absolutely right. Watch him stay with Michael Irvin. He just stays and stays and stays. You talk about patience here. He has the patience. He's watching Troy Aikman, and then he steps in front. That ball is humming. There's just no way for either one of them to catch it.
Tell you what was impressive there, too, is Ray Crockett could stand in there and take that shove by Michael Irvin, because he's famous for knocking defenders off of him.
Yeah, he says you have to know how to be physical with some players and be fast with others. Kevin Williams to the left, Irvin to the right. Johnston moves out onto the right slot. He caught a touchdown pass in a similar situation. First score of the game. 3rd and goal. Over the middle. Touchdown, Novacek. One of the many weapons of the Cowboys, tight end Jay Novacek. His 5th catch today. He had 5 against the Giants.
Jay Novacek's going to go up the field, fake outside, come inside. Moose Johnson goes underneath. It confuses the Denver defense. A double out there. Good move by Jay Novacek. Another change up by the Cowboy offense.
Impressive drive to start the 2nd half. Daniel's extra point, 77 yards, 7 minutes, 9 seconds, and a 7-yard touchdown to Novacek.
Here you're going to see Troy Aikman dropping back. He knows the play they got on. He's looking at the second receiver coming through is Jay Novacek. Elijah Alexander having a tough day covering this guy.
14 surgical plays. Dr. Troy Aikman. The Cowboys 77-play drive, 14 plays, 77 yards for the touchdown to open the 2nd half. 21-7. Baker's kick to Milburn. Then Milburn, good block on the outside again. 35, 40, bumped out of the 42 by Clayton Holmes. So John Elway finally gets the chance to play. He's been idle for about 30 minutes. Well, the Denver Broncos, a 15-minute break at the intermission, and then watching Dallas consume all that time here to open the 2nd half. Finally, offense on the field. Elway starts from his own 42. Brian Habib is back. He was injured late in the 1st half, and Rod Bernstein, former Texas Aggie and San Diego Charger, inside across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Leon Lett and Godfrey Miles with a tackle.
What's Brian Habib on this play right here? You're going to see him come around, block out, and create the hole for Rod Bernstein in behind him. Pulls around, kicks it out. Rod Bernstein does a good job of following it up inside. Having good success inside running today. Really, the only thing this offense has done really well is run inside.
2nd and 6. Elway goes for a big Miller. Incomplete. Clayton Holmes on the coverage. Miller had his hands on it.
I got to believe right at the end of this thing that Anthony Miller, the sun gets in his eyes. Maybe not. Is looking downfield. And I saw him at the end. No, it doesn't there. He got back out in the sun. But he was right there. But I don't know if Holmes grabbed his face mask or not on this play. Does Holmes grab his face mask? Nah, he's just going for the ball. It looked like his hand got up in that mask, but it's clearly he was only going for the football.
3rd down and 6. Now they move up and threaten blitz on Elway. driving for a first down at the 45-yard line. We talked, there's a flag at the line of scrimmage. We talked that about Elway. He does take so many hits, and it is quite incredible that he still is at 35 producing with all the contact he has faced in his 13-year career.
You know, nothing could be more frustrating for a quarterback. First of all, he's forced
Illegal
out of the
formation
pocket.
foul. Offense. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
This twice has happened, Phil.
Roderick Thompson up here, number 76. You can see he's off the line of scrimmage right here. The formation is not legal because of that. He's got to get up on the line of scrimmage. So it's the second time the Denver line has done that today. And I can kind of understand that, Paul, because of this pass rush. They're trying to get that first step back there to get ready.
It's got to, again, I was going to say, it's got to be frustrating for a guy like Elway who runs, takes a shot, and picks up the first down, and it's all called back.
Now they roll the cut to give Elway time. Wide open is Miller. That's going to be a touchdown for the Denver Broncos. 59 yards.
What they did on this play here, Haley, they go away from Haley. They double team him with Zimmerman and with Terrell Davis on the left-hand side, and Elway rolls back to his right. And this is, you got to know this. I don't know if you had the arm good enough to throw it all the way back across like Elway does, but he throws this thing all the way back across the field. Could you have done that?
Yes, I could have.
Okay.
Yes, I could.
Listen, when a man just retired, he can do anything. That's right. Retire your number. Miller has caught 2 passes today, and both for touchdowns, 11 yards and now 59 yards. And he was open another time, and a tip ball denied him perhaps the hat trick. So Denver strikes quickly to answer Dallas's touchdown to open the second half. Bonio, or rather Jason Elam adds the extra point, and it's 21-14.
On the touchdown we just saw, here's what happens. Anthony Miller against Larry Brown goes down and sells the route all the way inside, and then the last second turns back to the outside. And this is how he gets so wide open. Elway does a good job of selling it, waiting to the last second, throws it all the way across the field, and Anthony Miller, soft hands, makes the catch.
Elam kicks it off, spins it short this time. Kevin Williams to the 14. Twists away, and has the blocker. It's 30. To the 38-yard line. Tough little guy to tackle at 5'9". Stocky 195. Kevin Williams. Anthony Miller. 2 touchdowns for the Broncos.
Here again, you're going to see Anthony Miller. Watch this. Watch how far he goes across the field. Kevin Brown's going to cut in front for the interception. Oh, it's too late. Good play, good fake.
And Elway holding the ball until Leon Lett hit him, selling it right to the end, buying that time. He didn't see it, but he likes what shows on the scoreboard. 21-14. There was a fascinating design. Elway rolling to get more time. Miller selling it well, going all the way to the inside. The blocking protection just enough time, and the Cowboys took the hook. 14-7. To 21-14. In the second half, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Now it's Aikman's turn. To the sidelines to Michael Irvin, who seems to be always open. Lionel Washington makes the tackle. First down at the Denver 48. Let's go back again to appreciate that Denver score.
But what's really important, what sets it up here, watch here, the double team on Charles Haley and Shannon Sharp up top, double teaming the defensive end to give John that extra time, and it's only a 2-receiver route. And you'll see both wide receivers get wide open. Mike Pritchard up at top of the screen, it's open for a touchdown. Anthony Miller down here is also open for the touchdown.
And he has nearly 10 inside the 40 of Denver before Lionel Washington can make the stop. And Emmitt Smith now only 6 yards from another century day.
That's nice, scoring a touchdown and getting with 21-14, but you got to stop this machine.
Yeah, that's right.
You can score that quickly, but you have to stop the other machine, and this is a machine, the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, the Cowboys have gotten in rhythm, and they are really guessing with the Bronco defense now. They know when to throw it, when to run it, and they're having a hard time stopping either one of them.
Well, you have to salivate over these situations as a quarterback, Phil. Second and less than a yard. down with which to play, and Aikman pumps and is going to go for 6. Kevin Williams. Tyrone Braxton over to help on the coverage of Ray Crockett.
He had Jay Novacek wide open down the middle, and this play was designed to go to Kevin Williams. And Jay Novacek, with that pump,
Jay Novacek is going down the middle of the field. You're going to see him right here, but what happens is the safety reads the quarterback's eyes, and when he sees Troy Aikman look right, make this pump, he goes that away, and really Troy puts a little too much air under it, and that's why he's over there to make the hit.
3rd down and less than 1. And it's Emmitt Smith. Landing for first down and carrying tackler to the 27.
And that puts him over the 100-yard mark.
what did Emmitt tell us? Tell the offensive line, I just tell them, just hit somebody, and I will do the rest. And just get out of my way. Don't look back. Go forward. He just sees the hole. He reads it better than anybody else. And then the sure power afterwards. I mean, he knocks Atwater off, Crockett, and Freds. It takes 3 guys to bring him down.
You mentioned that Aikman is 10 pounds lighter. Emmitt isn't lighter, but all of them have trimmed down in terms of body fat in the offseason. Sherman Williams, while Emmitt gets a breather, is tackled for a loss at the 28. He's the rookie from Alabama, picked in the 2nd round. Smith with 163 yards last week and 104 today. Active 100-yard rushing games. Barry Sanders with 41 and Thurman Thomas of Buffalo 39. Now Emmitt with 32 100-yard plus days. It's easy to overlook the fact that Smith is still a young player. He's only 26 in his 6th sensational season in Dallas. 2nd and long for Aikman. Under pressure, and he throws it away. Simon Fletcher was one of the men helping to cover as 97 Mike Lodish, the former Buffalo Bill, one of the acquisitions for Denver, made the stop. Well, with incredible shrinking Cowboys. Look at that body fat, 7'9". Look, 8'3". Well, this is hardly violence, this 3, but they are shrinking in terms of that body fat.
I think I got all of it.
They're donators.
I'm a recipient.
How kind. What a good guy you are, Paul. Flag down. Aikman overshoots, and Braxton with a chance for the interception.
Defensive line offside. You know that on that last play when Lodish got in on Troy Aikman, after the play was over, Troy Aikman throws the ball away. The offensive line just started talking to each other. I mean, you know.
Offside, number 96 and number 99 defense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Hasselback and Dronette.
But with the offensive line, they just got to themselves and they started talking. They said, hey, you know, this is my man, this is your man. Guys don't, this team, on other teams, they'll go back in a huddle and they'll pout a little bit. I missed my block. These guys talk to each other. They say, hey, it's your man. Let's pick it up. This is the biggest offensive line in the National Football League. Look at that. They average 320 pounds, and I think it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, that's right. That's a little light.
That's a big offside. It would have been 4th down and a field goal unit on. Now it's 3rd and 5, and Smith is going to look for a first down. Look at him fight, crawling over tacklers to the 18-yard line. He may have gotten, if they allow that second effort, that's going to be a first down. Now they're going to mark it back at the 19-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and about a yard.
They're going to go for it. They've sent the big people in. The 300-pound tight end, Kendall Watkins, has already run onto the field.
Now that's scary.
Yeah, and he can run.
You got a line, Dick, that's 320 plus.
You bring in a tight end that's over 300.
Yeah, where'd they get this guy?
Mississippi State in the 2nd round. 305 pounds, number 83, Kendall Watkins. And he caught 11 passes his whole college career.
Well, we watched him run around in practice, and he can run and he can catch. And the Cowboys have never had a tight end in this mode where he can block like that.
This is a full yard here, and Aikman was over talking. The question, do you want to do something here? The way Denver scores, you know, I kind of thinks you put the field goal up. It puts you up by 10 points. But they're not going to do that. They have so much confidence in this offensive line. Emmett, Smith. I mean, they don't believe that anybody can stop them.
Well, and Barry, he's not afraid to take a gamble either, so he's going to go for it. But I think the safe play would be kick the field goal and get the lead and make Denver have to score twice to tie you.
Well, you sound like Bill Parcells more and more.
Yeah, that's right.
4th and 1. Emmett Wells, first down and plenty. Gained almost 4 full yards.
That's a good example right there of just a big offensive line, 320 pounds. And they just push the pile. They make a good surge here. Watch the Denver defensive line. They can't get underneath. They stand up. None of them can get off the blocks, and Emmett just powers his way in there.
And look at Darrell Johnson leading the way. He knocked Shane Gronette, who's 50 pounds heavier, right on his back.
You see Gronette come out of there? I mean, he came out of there in a hurry.
Jerry Jones, who's had more than his share of headlines this past week. Some to the dismay of the National Football League office. Smith on the toss, gets to the 15, a gain of maybe 2. Britt Hager with the tackle. Working on another super century day. 112 yards plus 3 catches.
Dick, on the offseason, he was worried so much about his hamstring when he hurt last year that he's gone to think about this, folks, a chiropractor. He's gone to everybody.
Therapist.
He goes everywhere to find out what he can do. And he found out that it's not so much the hamstring muscle, it's the little muscles around it that were tightening up. I don't know if he has any little muscles. This guy's solid.
I question that. Blitz, and Aikman still gets it off to Smith. Who dares them to come and get him. Gets to the 10-yard line short of a first down, and Elijah Alexander, a punishing hit on Aikman.
Well, Troy Aikman takes the hit here, but what's really impressive is he gets rid of it. Watch Emmitt Smith. He goes out there, dances around, and then he decides when he sees he can't get any more yards, watch this. Emmett's going to move around.
Watch Emmitt Smith, who does
and Barry straight ahead.
And he has not gotten up yet. So Smith down, and that a concern for everyone in this Lone Star State. Will return. Emmitt Smith with a smile, walking off the field under his own power. Used on 6 of the 10 plays of this drive. Part of it may just be exhaustion. Doesn't seem to be serious. Little smelling salts. He has 147 total yards today. 112 rushing and 35 on 4 catches. 3rd down, 4th to 10 for Dallas. Sherman Williams, the lone back, the rookie. Aikman. And it appears they have the first down to Michael Irvin. Washington and Atwater trying to hold him, and Irvin was... If Aikman and Smith are the heart of this team, there's the arterial system. He's the spirit.
What a throw and catch by Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. Watch this. It's good coverage. Lionel Washington throws it low and outside. Michael goes and protects himself against the defender.
And you see how Irvin uses his physical prowess, warding off the defender before the ball. The end of the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Consent of the NFL is prohibited.
Emmitt Smith rested as we open the 4th quarter. Dick Enberg with Paul Maguire, Phil Simms. Texas Stadium, where the Cowboys threaten again. 1st and goal just inside the Denver 5, leading 21-14. Darrell Johnson, fullback, and he's close to the 1-yard line before Simon Fletcher and others can make the tackle. And here comes Emmitt Smith back on the field.
Here I mentioned about all of his touchdowns. He's got all the balls with 4.
He gave one to Kevin Smith last week. Smith with the Achilles injury. He also gave one to Bill Bates and Alfredo Roberts, teammates who were injured. And the other went to a man he met in Alaska this summer who gave him his Purple Heart. Gave a Purple Heart to Smith for good luck. He says, send him my fishing buddy up in Alaska, one of my game balls, my touchdown balls. The other 75 in Pensacola. Will this be number 80? You bet. Rushing, 4 receiving, 80 career touchdowns for this 26-year-old Dallas star.
Mark Tuinei pulls out, and he gets an excellent block, and then Johnson helps out on the block. They just double on the outside on Alexander, and look at this. They just run up. Emmett says, just hit somebody, get out of my way, I'll get it into the end zone. It was just an excellent block, and this time you notice he didn't rip his helmet off, because he got some heat from the players for doing it up in New York.
Novacek sets it up for Bonio. It's 28-14. Cowboys score again. 62 yards, 13 plays. Emmitt Smith. Second half and unstoppable. Another long drive, 62 yards, 13 plays. Emmitt Smith with his 80th Dallas touchdown. And now John Baker to kick it off to Glenn Milburn. Milburn waits. Young man in high school attended Barry Switzer's football camp. For the first time, they stop him at the inside the 25, at the 22. Bill Bates and Reggie Barnes. Reminder, next week, NBC Sports, another NFL doubleheader beginning at 12:30. Our feature game out in San Francisco. The Super Bowl champions, Young, Rice and Company, against the New England Patriots. Early game, the Raiders, who are 2-0, against the 2-0 Kansas City Chiefs. You'll see Seahawks, Jacksonville visit the Jets. Bengals visit the Seahawks as well. So join us for two. Doubleheader next week on NBC. Well, now Denver here in the fourth quarter early, down by 2 scores. Elway, good protection to the sidelines. And making the tackle, Larry Brown on Anthony Miller, his third catch of the day. Miller with both Denver touchdowns, 12 on the play.
You know, they double team Charles Haley again. Take a look at Terrell Davis. He comes out. Zimmerman, then Terrell, he just chips him at the end. And that sets up Zimmerman to take on Charles Haley to get the ball to the outside to Anthony Miller.
Look at Anthony Miller here. He's going to drive Larry Brown off. He waits the last second, turns. Elway has time to set up and throw. Good job of coming back for the football and making the catch.
First down at the 34. Rob Bernstein, who has been fairly quiet today. Let's take a break and go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Dick, an update on the defending AFC champion San Diego Chargers. Stan Humphries, his second touchdown pass of the day. Down the sideline, Ronnie Harmon on the receiving end of a 15-yarder. They jump ahead of the Seattle Seahawks, 14-10. Still plenty of time to play in the fourth quarter, Dick.
All right, Greg, the Chargers trying to go 1-1, and Seattle looking for its first win. Shannon Sharp in motion. Elway, incomplete, intended for Anthony Miller, who was well covered by middle backer Robert Jones. As the other scores roll through, and a very impressive win for Don Shula's Dolphins earlier. Buffalo quiet for a half. And the Raiders have found Oakland a happy place as they win at home and then win on the road in D.C. Kansas City coming from well back to beat the Giants. Pittsburgh led all the way in Houston. Cleveland and Tampa Bay its first loss. Third down and 8. Haley forces the fumble, recovered by Chad Hennings. Play is down. Look at Jerry Markbright. His hat turned completely around. As Elway brushed on the blind side, hit by Haley, who just would not stop. His first sack. He gets the daily double, a sack and a fumble.
Charles Haley, I mean, and Elway is hurt. I mean, he was limping off the field. He came in just on the backside. He never saw it coming. Charles Haley gives you 100% all the time. Zimmerman's out there on him. Haley is by and right from the backside. Here it is. But he falls on Elway. It wasn't a big hit. He stripped the ball, but he fell on him.
When you get in the third down on these passing situations, you're behind Dallas. This is when they're at their best, when that defensive front doesn't care about the run and they charge the quarterback. Charles Haley, the best of all those front four.
I'm not sure, but Chad Hennings should have been able to run him.
You're absolutely right. Nobody touched him. Yeah, nobody touched him. There's Charles. Chucky.
But the defensive second.
Brave now. You don't call him Chucky into his face.
Well, hey, come on, Michael Irvin called him Chucky.
Uh-huh.
He said, but don't you call me Chucky. Maybe he'll forget by Thanksgiving. You think? Did I call him Chucky?
I don't think so. We'll remind him if he does.
He got on during the picture session on.
Oh, he
got on everyone, even and the owner Jones didn't escape either. Very personal. Now there's a rarity. Emmett Smith dropped for a loss. Slashing through, number 56, Keith Burns, the linebacker from Oklahoma State.
The only way to stop him is send all 11 men.
Troy Aikman on maybe that hit from Elijah Alexander in the last possession. A little tape on his chin, and you see that blood down on the front of his jersey.
He's tough.
He used to wear that big padded chin strap, so I think this face mask, which is new too this year, to protect him from those type of hits, it didn't protect him, I guess, from one of those blows to the chin.
3rd and 11. Down the middle. Incomplete to Novacek, stripped away by Elijah Alexander. So Elijah Alexander gets a win on that one, but Novacek has been the conqueror in most of those one-on-ones.
That was the best coverage by Elijah Alexander in the entire day, and he did that one-on-one again. I mean, that to me is one of the toughest coverage of all. You've got a linebacker on Novacek. Would you throw to him all day long?
Absolutely, because he does everything in, out, short. He goes deep, so you never know where they're going to go.
45-yard attempt by Boniol, his first attempt of the season. And the young man who starred at Louisiana Tech, a free agent pick a year ago, had a sensational rookie year, 22 for 29. Good on his first attempt in 95. Big Sunday for Aikman, but it'll be a tough week for shaving as he took this hit from Elijah Alexander. Under the new rules, this might be interpreted as a penalty up under that chin with a helmet.
Top of the helmet came up and hit Troy. This rule might have been put in because of the hits he took last year, just like that, where it knocked him out of a couple games.
31-14 as they convert the Haley forced fumble into 3. Milburn at the goal line. Well, that Baker does have a leg, doesn't he? And they hold Milburn at the 18-yard line. Bill Bates, one of the many down there. A reminder, next Sunday, Mad About You moves to its new night, Sunday, 8/7 Central. Must-see TV. That's Sunday night on NBC. Mad About You next week, right here. Speaking about Mad About You, your tickets arrive, Paul.
Wow.
Moved down from Buffalo.
I think he's on that weight program.
First down. And nothing there for Terrell Davis, who's had some moments today. Charles Haley.
Charles Haley does it all. You know, you better double team him on the outside. He's so quick, and he does everything that you ask a defensive end to do. And most important thing, he never quits.
Well, the thing that impresses me about Charles Haley is we picture this wild man. Then you get to meet him and you talk to all the people around. He studies film. He studies tendencies of the linemen. And the thing he told me yesterday, he says, I give him a different look every single play.
He said, I'm trying to work with Leon Letts. You're so good, you can even be better. You know, give him something to think about. Elway throws to Shannon Sharp, and Sharp drilled by Brock Marion and Robert Jones. First down at the 32, a 13-yard play.
As a quarterback, really, this is the worst situation to be in against the Dallas Cowboys behind. All 4 of these guys can rush the passers. You see Shannon Sharp there do a good job of cutting across the field and getting open.
And Gary Zimmerman tackled Haley.
Well, just after he got by. So, how's this? Takedown. Bing.
First down at the 33. Haley only 255, but lightning quick. Go underneath to Miller. At the 43, just short of a first down by about a yard.
Dick, you know what's amazing is that when we talked to Shannon Sharp, you had 10 catches against Buffalo the week before, record-breaking night for him. And when we were talking to him about Okay, another big day against Dallas. I don't think so. I mean, I'm not that much into this game plan. It's going to be more to the outside with Pritchard and with Anthony Miller. So, I mean, I don't think Shannon has more than 3 or 4 catches in the ball game.
Sharp has 3 today. 10 for 180 yards in week 1. Terrell Davis. He has the first down and more to the 48-yard line. Tony Tolbert tripped him up. 8:48 left in this 4th quarter, and Dallas leads 31-14.
Well, I'm not really surprised to see Denver running a few runs in here, because they know if John drops back every time to throw, they cannot protect him. So this is a little self-preservation for John Elway right here. Try to score with a few runs and maybe hit a big pass here in the next couple plays.
They got to get downfield.
McCaffrey in, he's to the right, and Pritchard to the left. Elway going on top for Miller. Almost intercepted. Good coverage. Holmes and Brock Marion. Marion had his hands on it.
Brock Marion's the man that breaks up the play, because Anthony Miller was cutting back to the inside. Had Brock Marion not been there, Anthony Miller might have made this catch. Watch Anthony Miller now. He's going to go inside of Holmes here to make the catch. And Brock Marion is the guy that's going to come in and make the play. Here goes Anthony inside. See his hands in there? Look at Brock Marion right there to make the play. Outstanding coverage.
Meanwhile, we didn't see it, but Elway was knocked down again as he delivered the ball. 8:16 left in the 4th.
Glenn Milburn read well by Leon Lett.
How good is this young man from Emporia State of Kansas, Leon Lett?
Well, Charles Haley said he could be better, and he's about the best defensive lineman they have. 6'6", 288, and I doubt that. But he has trimmed down a little bit since the first couple of years. But this guy is going to be a tremendous player.
Charles said his biggest thing that goes against him, he's so strong, he just tries to take the guy across from him and throw him all over the field every play.
3rd down, 10. Watch out. Charles Haley gets him again. Charles Haley knows how to win. Twice a Super Bowl ring with the Niners. Twice Super Bowl ring with Dallas. He said, I don't go for that practice stuff.
He doesn't like practice. He just likes to play. And the other nice thing about him, he is such a great player. Watch what happens after he makes a sack. No dancing, no jiving, just football. That's all he cares about.
Bruin delivers a high punt toward Kevin Williams at the Dallas 18. Gets a second hand on it and then is smothered at the 20, a 46-yard punt. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Welcome back to Texas Stadium. Your chin dropped yesterday when Troy Aikman told you how he holds the football to pass it.
That's right. Most quarterbacks put their fingers just over the laces like this. Troy Aikman gets his whole hand over the top of the ball like this. And what really surprised me, he says, and I squeeze it to death. They teach you to just put a light grip on it, but Troy says, I squeeze that thing as hard as I can.
Darryl Johnston really gets the call running and picks up a big gainer. About 16, 17 yards.
I wish I had time to show you guys how I held the ball when I punted. Darryl Johnston right up the middle. Again, the offensive line, the blocking. Denver's tired. And here they come. Darryl Johnston up the middle, holds on to the football. This place just loves him. And he's from right outside of Buffalo, New York, Youngstown, New York, which is my home now.
Could be one of the long runs for him in some time. 18 yards. Give it to him at this time. They're waiting for him at the 40. A gain of 2 for Smith, who will hassle back in on the stop.
You know, do you see Troy Aikman in the game, Emmitt Smith, the whole offensive line? All these guys are still in the ball game because you know why? They still respect John Elway's arm and the Denver Broncos. You know, this Denver Broncos team, the first half, played some pretty good defense, and they're still kind of worried about this guy.
You know, Darryl Johnston, we just were guessing that it was a long run for him, 18. Longest of his career, 18 yards.
Going to give him a game ball.
Underneath, there was contact on Michael Irvin before the ball arrived, and the penalty flag goes down. Ray Crockett there too soon.
You see Ray Crockett, Dick, he put his hand. Yeah, I did. You don't get a defensive back
Pass
to admit it.
interference, number 39, defense. Automatic first down.
You don't get him to admit it that often, but Crockett was there too soon. He's even smiling at the end of it. Michael Irvin coming into the inside. Watch, Crockett is there. Boom.
Well, it's late in the game and you're behind like this, so it's a good job by Ray Crockett. Take a chance, try to drive through the receiver, and make a play. So it's worth giving up that 5 yards for the penalty.
Oh, meanwhile, Michael Irvin wearing his...
Would you listen to this guy? What are you going to tell a coach that?
Well, you got to make plays right here, Paul. You can't lay back. Now it's time to take some chances if you're the Denver defense.
Irvin with his yardage on his uniform, 88 yards today. Is Emmitt Smith, and you almost wonder the way Smith is running and seems to be tired. If wouldn't be a good time to give the rookie Sherman Williams an opportunity and Smith a rest. Tough to get Emmitt out. I would guess that Smith's in there because you can't take him out of the line.
I think it's his choice. I really do. I mean, they look at Emmitt. If Emmitt wanted to come out of that ball game, all he'd have to do is look to the side. But none of these guys want to be out.
Well, it's like a murderer's row in a baseball lineup. This Aikman, Smith, Irvin, what three sensational players. Will McDonough commented on that in the 12:30 segment of our telecast today. Outside he goes to the rookie Eric Bjornsson, and that's his first NFL catch. The rookie 4th-round pick from the University of Washington. They think he's going to be the next Jay Novacek, built in a similar manner, 6'4" and 215. He'll get a little heavier. Novacek, one of the lighter tight ends in the league.
That's what this team needs, is another Novacek.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, one is enough, isn't it?
Well, they like him a lot. The thing that's different, they say he has really good speed and is actually faster than Jay Novacek.
They just announced that's his first NFL catch, and applause from the sellout crowd at Texas Stadium.
And then look on his face like, oh, what did I do? What did I do?
Aikman looking for Darrell Johnston. He's covered, so he throws it away. As pressure came from 97 Mike Lodish and Harold Hasselback.
That's intentional grounding. That is intentional grounding because nobody was in the area, and Troy Aikman just threw the ball, and you've got to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He didn't do that.
Boy, you ought to be an official.
Damn.
But, you know, look at Troy Aikman, his hands, how far he gets him over the top. Of course, Paul, it helps to grip the ball like this when your hands are about a foot long, but a good decision by him right there. Don't take the loss. Throw it on the ground. Make the referee call an intentional grounding.
Which he didn't.
4:14 left in the 4th quarter. And on comes John Jett. Milburn, the deep man. High and a fair catch. Milburn at the 19-yard line. So Denver has 4:07 left, but they trail the Dallas Cowboys 31-14.
You know, that offensive line, when you talk about 320.
How big are they?
Well, 320 and over. But look at when they leave the field. Look at how that thing tilts. It just moves back and forth. This offensive line, beautiful.
You stay off that side, Paul. Stay off. Well, we've seen Dallas this week. They're talking Super Bowl. They're talking bigger and louder than ever with Deion Sanders coming in a month or so. And next week we see the 49ers, and the defending Super Bowl champions may be inspired themselves by all the talk of Dallas and Deion. Hugh Millen in at quarterback now, and his first play is a long pitch to Pritchard, incomplete. Elway 11 for 24. Being rested. You saw that he went off a little gimpy in the last sequence. We've no official word as to whether or not they just want to use Millen or if Elway is hurt. Doesn't appear to be.
What's impressive about this Dallas win today is that, first off, they played on Monday night, so a lot of times you have what we call the Monday night hangover on Sunday games. They overcame that. This week, all we heard when we were out there is Deion, 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 and they still come out here and put this performance together.
No distraction. Millen being chased by Shante Carver, and he finally steps out of bounds as Robert Jones came over to knock him out of play at the 27, 3 yards short of a first down. It is a big team in some places, the offensive line. It's a very fast team defensively, and it's a team with stars. To complete the point Will McDonough made, I didn't catch the survey, but they said the 24 positions, counting the 2 kickers, that the Dallas Cowboys have 8 of the best players in the league. The next team with 3, that this team does have stars. And McCaffrey out of the backfield. Millen pumps and throws to Shannon Sharp. Sharp tackled by Marion out at the 45, a first down, 18-yard play. To Denver in this game, they obviously are going to take their first loss, but were competitive into the third quarter.
I think what's surprising is I was really impressed with their defense. They had to stay on the field so much. The big Dallas offense finally wore them down, and the Denver offense really just could not sustain any drives, and they got tired because of that.
I remember what Mark Levy said, if you don't learn anything from a loss, then why lose?
Boy, that man is a philosophy.
Millen gets a taste of what Elway faced all day as Tony Tolbert
and Hervin McCormick collaborate on the sack, the 3rd sack today. The #1 menace for Elway was one Charles Haley.
I think the one thing about this Dallas team, and when we're talking about all the distractions this week, playing Monday night, and there's Charles Haley and the coach, and he said, when you look at this football team, we're not distracted. Well, we kind of thought they were. Friday we got here, and there's like I said, every camera in Texas was here waiting to talk to these guys. The distraction on Saturday, and then come and play the game against Denver on Sunday, and they have not skipped a beat.
Millen underneath to Shannon Sharp again, and he's to the Dallas 47. Bill Bates makes the stop as Dallas using some backups on reserve, and we're at the 2.5-minute mark. Sharp with 5 catches today, so 15 in 2 weeks for Shannon Sharp, younger brother of Sterling, and Sterling now a sportscaster. Interviewed his brother this week, and their relationship is not brother to brother, says Shannon. He's like my second father, and that's how I look to him. Closing in on the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd down and 2. Underneath, incomplete, juggled by Sharp as he was hit by Jim Schwantz. And we take the 2-minute timeout. Oh, the Colts showing some fiber against the Jets. What a comeback in that second half. Meanwhile, the Stars have a chance to relax. Emmett and Michael
talking about Dion's money.
Yeah. This is a 4th down and 2 for Denver, as Terrell Davis vaults for a first down to the 43 into the grasp of Brock Marion. And those of you watching here on NBC, as this game ends, if there's still action in New York with the Jets in New Jersey, we will switch to that so you can see the conclusion of that game. Well, what Haley was to Elway, Jim Jeffcoat, the former Cowboy, now a Buffalo Bill, was to Phil Simms. And we have evidence, Paul. We have evidence. Here's Simms back to pass. Deflected. Jeffcoat. He's on his way. Will Simms catch him? Jeffcoat. Will Simms catch him? It's Jeffcoat.
Where's Simms?
Here I come. Well, that was what? Here's a different play. Deflected. Jeffcoat. Will Simms catch him? Oh, my.
What is that? What kind of tackle is that? What kind of tackle was that?
I'm a quarterback. That was a good tackle for a quarterback. I acted like I was trying to tackle him, and really I wasn't. I was hoping somebody would come and help me.
Terrible.
Oh, I love you guys. This is nice. Nice memories of Texas Stadium.
On first down, Hugh Millen deflected and incomplete, and that was almost a lateral. I believe it was touched, though, at the line of scrimmage and angled back, and Barry Switzer, of course, arguing that it was a lateral and the ball should be marked back there.
We talked earlier about all the distractions this week, and one thing comes to mind, and we were out there at practice Friday, and we got to see them go through their dress rehearsal, and what really caught my attention, Troy Aikman must have thrown about 30 passes that day, and the ball never hit the ground. And I said something to the offensive coordinator, Bernie Zampese.
Millen guns. Oh, nice catch. A good stab out front of Alundis Bryce by Anthony Miller. as Miller, who has both the Denver touchdowns, spears a first down. He has 5 catches, 105 yards today. Finish your thought.
But I said that to Ernie Zampese. The ball never hit the ground. And he just looked at me and goes, oh, we have quite a few days like that. And it just, I was just...
immaculate practice.
It really was.
Terrell Davis with the reception into the 21-yard line. The clock running at 1:13 and now timeout Denver. Well, our producer John Ferratis, our director John Gonzalez, they're on the beam long before the game. Troy Aikman, and who is that stranger with the briefcase?
Guy said, well, I got the money from Jerry. Now, Troy, the bank doesn't open until Monday. What am I doing with this bag now?
That's not big enough for Dion's suitcase, silly.
Oh, is that
you would
funny?
say, hey, Troy, loan me a couple $100,000. I'll get it back to you on Monday. Jerry Jones, he said, if you see me floating above Texas Stadium, it's because my pockets are really light. I don't have much left. Irvin was instrumental. A long talk, 2-3 hours in the wee hours of the morning with Deion Sanders. They go back to their days in Miami and college days, and Urban said, we want Deion. Jones went to all of his star players, said, looked them in the eye, do you want Deion Sanders?
And he wanted their okay, but I think also he wanted to make sure they agreed with his decision, because he was a little, I think even Jerry Jones was afraid of this deal because it was so big.
As Barry Switzer said, he ran through all the traps, wanted to make sure that it didn't come back to haunt him. Say, well, we didn't want Deion if it doesn't work out. 1:13 left. Millen trying to get a cosmetic score for Denver. Off to Terrell Davis. Pointing to his blockers. Now out of bounds at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal Denver. Clayton Holmes made the stop. 16 more for this young man, Terrell Davis, and he's got a great smile. He's going to help this team.
Well, he's well rested. He should be. He gets 13 hours of sleep at night. I'll tell you, the one guy on the field, Alonus Bryce, number 23, had number 21 for a short period of time.
Well, he had it until yesterday.
That's right.
Alonus Bryce, this guy right here, we knew that the deal was done because when they came out to take the picture, he had 23 on. He's been wearing 21. Does that tell you anything?
Says he was hoping he'd get at least a car from Deion on the trade. Millen underneath, incomplete. Chance for Milburn, broken up by Greg Tremble, a free agent a year ago, picked by Cleveland out of Georgia. Millen thought he had a score. Final from San Francisco, the 49ers 41, Atlanta 10, and Jerry Rice 2 more touchdown catches. And they play, of course, New England next week, and we'll have that as the second game, major game of our doubleheader.
One of the big surprises to me, New England only scoring 3 points today. I mean, that to me is a shocker.
Davis in motion. Inside handoff, and they ran right into the blitz as Aaron Craver stuffed at the 5-yard line. And Denver takes another timeout. I believe that's their last. There's the, it's official if you can read it. That's it. It's the 49ers off to a start as well, and it seems again we'll be building toward the two the big monsters in the NFC, 49ers and the Cowboys.
There's your San Diego team. Well, I say yours because you live there, but they're winning.
Well, where's your Buffalo team then?
They won today. They were down 9-0, and it came roaring back. They roared and beat Carolina.
And how did Phil's New York Giant team do today?
Oh, another tough one. Well, at least they kept it close today, but a tough one. They lost in overtime to Kansas City. And
well, you guys have been wondering, you know, I kind of said watch the NBC tonight because that's next Sunday, but you want to know what's on tonight, don't you? There it is. Hunt for Amazing Treasures. And then Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell. They're built like you two, Sims and Maguire.
Yeah.
They star in the action-packed film Tango and Cash. Let's see. Tango would be Maguire and Cash would be Sim.
Well, why's that?
Sylvester Stallone.
Why's that?
I look a lot like Sylvester Stallone.
Yes, you do. You two have a lot in common.
There's my
You both
man.
have mothers.
Nate
Newton, my favorite. His favorite food, French fry. He dreams about French fries, he says.
He's the one that said, give Deion $10 million, let him just quit. Not play.
3rd down and goal. And Millen unable to hit Ed McCaffrey. So down to a final play for Millen, who would like to get another 7 on the board before this one ends.
Charles Haley yesterday was making fun of Nate Newton during the team picture, and he says, Nate, you're the only fat guy in America who's happy to be fat. And
He said, you're right.
you're right.
Nothing wrong with that.
The man can play.
Oh, yeah.
For a guy that size, what's really impressive, how he pulls around and moves around and has those good feet.
And he's another part of the formula, too, the chemistry, the spirit. He's a good man to have on your side. Here to be offside Dallas as Millen throws incomplete. Shannon Sharp was being held by Jim Schwantz.
They're going to get another crack at it. Dallas was offside. Shannon Sharp thinks he's being held. He said, we already got offside. We're not going to give you offside and hold.
Stops the clock, 50 seconds left.
You know, when you're losing.
Offside, number 96, defense. Half the distance to the goal, replay the down.
Senator Tay Carver.
When you're losing, this 50 seconds like 50 minutes.
That for the Denver Broncos, 31-21. Going home looks like a better day's work. Charles Haley and the Cowboys will look ahead to Minnesota. At Minnesota next week. Denver's at home against the Redskins. 4th and goal again. Millen, touchdown Miller. The hat trick for Anthony Miller.
Man, does he have tremendous hands. Anthony Miller has tremendous hands.
Yes, he does. And you're going to see him here against Greg Trimble, the backup defensive back. Just makes a quick move and breaks out. Good job by Denver sprinting away from the blitz. Hugh Millen puts it in a perfect spot for Anthony Miller.
That's Enberg. Miller, 3 yards for the score. And Anthony Miller, who rested last week with a hamstring, comes back and show you how important his services are. Elam's try for point. 31-21. 107 yards for Anthony Miller today. 6 catches and 3 touchdowns. That's his best ever career day touchdowns. He had a couple of touchdown grabs 7 times. First time ever Anthony Miller with 3 scores.
There's another one of those guys, when you talk to him, he's always smiling. I mean, he's just having a great time.
Well, in many ways, the score then represents really what we've seen today. A gallant effort by the Broncos, outmanned, outplayed, but played well enough to go home feeling they had a respectable effort. And meanwhile, the Dallas Cowboys, in many ways, they are to be awed.
Yes, they are. But the Denver Broncos, what's been impressive is just their attitude, the way they're playing the game. It's just a complete changeover from last year. They come out, they hustle, they showed enthusiasm, and really, the difference here today, they were just outmanned at so many positions they couldn't overcome it.
You know, Phil, when you're talking to Mike Shanahan yesterday about and Elway about how much of this offense they've grasped, and they were sure, you know, most of it. Terrell Davis said, I never thought I'd ever learn this offense. But they had 3 mini camps, and then they were allowed, that's all they're allowed, and then 2 quarterback throwing camps. And they went through all 5 of those. So Elway is pretty comfortable with it. Now we're going to have an onside kick.
Meanwhile, the Jets and Colts have gone to overtime, and we will join that overtime scrap at the Meadowlands at the conclusion of this game. So don't wander away. The onside kick by Elway. Goes out of bounds. So the 5-yard penalty and 1 more try. That was a pretty good effort, but no one could grab that high bounder.
Keith Burns, if he had a vertical of about 40 inches, he might have got it, but
Duck in a final. The Chargers do win 14-10 against Seattle. So in the West, it's Kansas City and Oakland 2-0, Denver, San Diego 1-1, and Seattle 0-2. For the Dallas Cowboys, in the East, they go 2-0, the only unbeaten team after 2 weeks. Washington 1-1, Giants 0-2. Arizona lost its opener, and Philadelphia lost its. Second chance, and that's all you get. Wonder which way he's going to kick it.
Right at you.
And this one covered by Novacek. Dallas has it at the Denver 37 and 47 seconds to kill on the clock. And Denver has no timeout. So a couple of snaps, and this one then will be official.
You know, it's interesting, too. We're sitting here and watch today how dominating this defense the Cowboys has been. And just imagine what it's going to be like when Dion comes here and they can kind of change the philosophy a little.
Before they're ready for play signal. Be re-kicked from the 25-yard line.
Jerry, the people have other things to do tonight. We've got an overtime game with the Jets and the Colts.
Jerry doesn't understand another thing. You know, there's nobody here. When the wives of the players go home, you know the game is over. I mean, it's time. The thing about this is the all-hands team, and these are all the little people. You know, let's say that Novacek and Johnson they're little, but these are all the people with the best hands. They're on here waiting to catch the ball, and they know. Most important thing, Philip.
What? I'm waiting.
When Jeff Coat intercepted that pass and went for a touchdown, he knew he wasn't going to get hit by you. These guys know they're going to get hit.
Don't take it too soon, Jason. Oh, Jason.
Oh, they're going to reverse it.
That was pretty clever, but still covered, although there's a penalty because the Denver Bronco, Randy Hilliard, was held trying to go for the loose ball. We're promising you that at 24 all in overtime, the Colts and Jets, as soon as the mechanics of the final seconds in Dallas can be exercised.
Scott Case just ran up and tackled that the Denver Bronco pursuer of the football. Randy Hilliard was trying to get over there to get it, and Scott Case said, nope, not today.
That's a non-possession foul, so they'll probably mark off whatever it's called, unsportsmanlike or personal foul, 10 yards or holding, and then Elam will get a chance to kick it again.
The 20-minute clock might run out over this kickoff.
You know, I'm getting to like this onside kick thing. I mean, it's really. I wonder how many they'll be able to get.
You know, I'm just. Do we have to pay rent for this booth? You know, we've been here for a very long time today, don't you think?
Don't even suggest it. Jerry Jones does have a rate card.
I just saw him roll a couple of beds in here. I think we're going to spend it. This is going to just.
Number 25 receiving
for overtime.
That's a defensive holding foul. Penalized 5 yards. It'll be re-kicked from the 30-yard line.
Wow.
Before this thing's over, he could be on-siding from the Dallas 10.
Jerry Markwright's been on more than you, Dick.
Well, here's my new hero, Jason Elam, out to try another. You know what I will go home with seriously today is one remarkable play. The Emmitt Smith play, picking up a blitz, knocking a blitzer down, getting back up, and catching a pass that set up a touch. That was an incredible play.
Yeah, it was. And we had a good opportunity the other day, Dick, and we went in and we watched film of the Cowboys, and you were astounded by so many people on that team, how well they could play and execute like they did.
Emmitt's over there telling Jerry how nice his suit is.
And it's off the Broncos out of bounds to the Dallas Cowboys. Now finally, Dallas with 47 seconds will play it from around the Denver. Well, let's see where they mark this.
Now, let me tell you, there's a rule in Canadian football. If you go down the field and you hit the ball, you're the last one to touch it going out of bounds on the kickoff, you get the ball.
Well, that's the opposite of a rouge. I think that's mascara, they call it.
It's been a long day, boys.
Barry Switzer. There was word Troy Aikman was quoted as saying that this is an assistant coach and players team, not a head coach's team. But he also told us, Troy Aikman, that this man, Switzer, has been very consistent. Last year, taking over for Jimmy Johnson, didn't want to disrupt, let the team play it out. And he hasn't tried to change and be a big shot this year. He's been the same head coach as he was a year ago. And Aikman was commending Switzer for that attitude and not knocking him for not taking more command.
That's right. He said the players are not looking at another new head coach this year. There's no transition. So I think that was important for the players to know. They got the real Barry Switzer last year, and he didn't change, and they've responded for him.
Wade Wilson's in there taking a snap so he can get his letter.
You got the old kneel down. One more to go, and this one finally official. And that'll run it out. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Giants 35-0, and the Broncos today 31-21, led by the Stars. Aikman, 2 touchdown passes and a score on the run. Elway and the Broncos managed 3 touchdowns but fall by a 10-point margin. The final score again, 31-21. Now let's send you to the Meadowlands. The Colts and Jets, Tom Hammond and Bob Trumpy.